Gregory McKay goes to a predominantly white school. So basically, he's not going to get bullied for us moving into a hotel. The chances of that happening is slim to none. And even if that does happen, Gregory McKay is just like me. He's very sure of himself.
Had her son been at a predominantly black school, yes, he would definitely have gotten bullied, unfortunately. Hey, it's your sister Roland, and all I need is a few minutes to talk about this. I would call it a PSA that Peaches McIntyre put out there about, I guess people in her comments was saying that, her son was going to get bullied because of the situation that they're going through. If you don't know, I'm sure I just found out about the situation, but I think she was getting evicted, but she hadn't put it out there. How you have when you're doing good and people are upset about that or whatever, they feel some type of way. So I guess they was checking up different stuff, or maybe she had said something. I'm not sure. So they had put it out there that she was getting evicted. So with her, with Peach, she's gonna figure a way to make money off of, people probably trying to put her down or make her look bad or whatever it is. So she's making money off of this situation, the situation that she's going through. And then she did put out there that, her son will not be bullied. And this is true. And this is unfortunately, and a lot of people, we always tend to focus on how, you bullying comes from other places and different things like that. But it's a lot of that happens within the black community with amongst our children, particularly if you don't look like them. If you don't look like everybody else, if your child doesn't look like everybody else, if they don't want to conform to what everybody's doing, if they're not doing what everybody's doing, wearing what everybody's wearing, the hairstyle doing, they will be picked upon, unfortunately. And sometimes even when you do that, if they don't like you, they still gonna pick on you anyway. And I have experienced that. I have seen it. My daughter had went to a predominantly black school for 2 years. I had to literally pull her out because of what Pete said. And this is something we don't talk about. You like, shh, don't be talking about that. Some people don't know what's going on. Yeah, it's a lot of people sees what's going on. And I had to pull her out of that predominantly black school and drive the school that she went to. Literally, all she had bus, so I had to just walk her. Like if I drove, it's like 2 minutes. If I had to walk, it's like 10 minutes up the street to go to school, and that's it. I didn't have to drop her to school, but I had to pull her out there and drive in the morning. I had to leave my house very early, drive like 30 minutes because it's not a lot of traffic. But when I'm coming back, it's like 45 minutes to an hour to a different county, for a different county, because it wasn't working in Miami-Dade County at all, period. And this is unfortunate, but it's true. It's true. I agree with her 100%. Had he been in, and it's so bad, it would have probably been kids that know him, people that's supposed to be his friends, it would have gone spreading that around the school, and they would have teased him about it. And that's so sad. And just like she said, and it's true too. Most of these kids, they bully each other because their parents are bullies. Their parents are bullies. So it's a bully. They just, this just passing from one generation to another, and that's so sad. But we don't talk about it. We don't talk about how, yes, you might experience, being out, being mistreated by this race, but we mistreat each other even worse. Just like how she was explaining. I'm not taking it up for her because child peaches, I don't know. With peaches, you gotta chew the meat and spit out the bones because all the stuff she does, I mean, they just don't make any sense. Some things she does, yeah, where people say she need to be humble and stuff like that. Sometimes I understand why she flexing on people, because I have a friend that has like 11 kids, and many times people People come and try to make her feel bad, try to put her down. And then when I look at most of these people that was doing that, most of the time, some of them, they wanted to have kids, they couldn't have kids. Some of them were unmarried, and some of them, the kids that they have, they didn't look like her kids. So they try to put her down, make her feel bad because she has 11 kids, but she has 11 kids with a husband, and he takes care of all of them. So kind of understand why most of the time she flexes on people on the internet. A lot of things I don't agree with her. Like some of the things that she put out there, I don't know. But you can learn if you put aside all your, resentment and bitterness and jealousy. You can learn a lot from Peaches. That I can say. I'm going to give you a flowers even if I disagree with you. I'm going to give you a flowers because what she said here is the truth. We do pick on each other. We do pick on each other, especially if we don't look at each other. If you don't want to conform, you don't want to be part of the crew, they will not roll with you. And that is unfortunate. But, us black people, we're not all that bad because sometimes the person that's going to have your back is a person, just like you. Sometimes. But sometimes we could be our own worst enemy. And that's no lie about it. People just upset because she put it out there so other people from other communities can hear it. But we need to talk about these things so we can fix them or make them better. Or if you don't care, you don't care. But I totally agree because I went through it. My child had to, I had to pull her out just because of that. Put her in a different, and then put her in a predominantly white school, and she didn't go through that. Had a way more opportunities that she had at the predominantly black school, and that's so sad, but it's true. Sometimes, and that is so sad when you think about it. Really, that's very sad. You can't even thrive. Some kids can thrive. Some kids they do fine. They might end up, doing stuff they might not want to do, or sometimes they are leaders. They don't have to conform. But sometimes you have to pull out your child and place them someplace else because it's not working amongst their own people, which is crazy. Anyway, that's all I'd say about the situation. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.